Hi, this is Marianne Schultz, and this is a review of the DODOcase BOOKback for the iPad 2. The BOOKback is a skin for the back of the iPad 2. It costs $19.95. It's made of Moroccan fabric, according to DODOcase, which is essentially the same material that DODOcase also uses on their hardcover notebook-style cases for the iPad and other devices. It has a bit of a texture to it, fairly matte, but you can hear that it has a little bit of texture to it. It has a logo here stamped on the back. You can choose to have this logo in black or red. I chose to have it in red here to do something a little different. Though I've only seen pictures of what this looks like with the black logo. What I have here is the DODOcase hardcover case for the iPad 1, and you can see their logo here stamped into the back. It's a little shiny, but it's black, and I'm going to say that the BOOKback with a black logo looks pretty much like it does here on this DODOcase hardcover case. Getting back to the BOOKback, you can see here that it's fairly thin, not as thin as kind of a standard vinyl sticker, has a little bit more weight to it. On the back here, of course, this is just the backing that covers up the adhesive. The adhesive is intended to be our, let's see, it says a reusable peel and stick adhesive on DODOcase's site, so you should be able to take it off and reposition it on the iPad. You can also see here that there's a cutout for the camera. So pretty straightforward here. It has a little cutout here for the speaker as well. What I'm going to do is step away and put the BOOKback onto the iPad 2 and then finish my review with it installed to show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've installed the DODOcase BOOKback and have actually been able to spend a lot of time with it. I actually recorded the first part of this video a couple weeks ago and somehow managed to wear the same shirt today. But at any rate, installation of the BOOKback wasn't too difficult, definitely easier than installing some screen protectors, since you don't have to be too careful or as careful in terms of getting lint and whatnot underneath to interfere with it. The adhesive is pretty sticky. Fortunately, DODOcase puts the backing on in strips, and so it makes it easy to remove them as you go without making the whole thing sticky at once, which would make it really, really difficult to install. They do include some instructions here. A little sheet came with the BOOKback in the package, so it gives you some tips on how to apply it more easily. I used a handy little rubber squeegee thing that I got with another screen protector, and that helped as well. I feel like I got a fairly good installation here that's pretty much bubble-free and works pretty well. When I installed it, I did find, true to DODOcase's claims, that I could, peel it back up and restick it, and that didn't affect how sticky the adhesive was. The material is fairly sturdy, so given how sticky the adhesive is, it resisted stretching as I kind of pulled it back off, which was a very good thing as well. Definitely more sturdy than, say, Jello skins or Decal Girl skins that I've seen in the past, the vinyl skins, so definitely thicker here. In terms of functionality, usability, you can see here that it covers the entire flat portion of the back of the iPad 2. It covers a little bit of the curved part. I don't know if you can see here that it goes over those edges to extend a little bit beyond the flat portion. Of course, doesn't interfere with the camera because there's a cutout here. Adds fairly good grip, so I mentioned before that it has a good texture. Definitely easier to hold on to than a naked iPad 2 with its aluminum back. One thing, and I've got here the smart cover. You can see here that it does not interfere with the smart cover at all, so perfect companion for the smart cover if this is a combination you're looking at getting into. One small concern I have here is I use my smart cover here in a typing orientation, if you will, a fair amount, and I was hoping that the BOOKback would cover a little bit more of this edge to protect it as it's laying down on a table, that sort of thing. It does cover it, but just barely, not quite enough. I do feel like DODOcase could have extended the BOOKback a little bit more to cover more of the edges, to get a little closer to the dock connector and to the buttons on the side and whatnot. But at any rate, not a huge deal, but just something I noticed. Overall pros for the BOOKback. It does feel substantial enough to protect the iPad from scratches. So it's, like I said, it's fairly thick. It's been wearing very well also. So I've been using it for the past couple of weeks now, and it hasn't picked up any scratches. Again, I'm not very rough with my iPad, but I do put it down on a table, any flat surface near me, and haven't noticed any wear at all on the BOOKback. And another pro, of course, I mentioned that works with a smart cover, which is very handy. In terms of cons, I mentioned as well that I wish it covered more of the edges. There's no drop protection, of course, it's just a skin. So if you're looking for something that provides drop protection, the BOOKback is clearly not for you. Hides the Apple logo. It doesn't bother me, but if that's something that you'd like to show off, obviously, again, the BOOKback is not going to be for you. In terms of pricing, I do feel like it's a little expensive for what it is. It costs $19.95 plus shipping, which was in total, out of pocket, $23.95 to me. I mean, total for the BOOKback and the shipping. I'm pretty sure you can get some, albeit cheap, cases for the iPad that are, that offer much more protection than the BOOKback. But again, just, it's a little expensive for what it is. Not a huge deal, but just something that stood out to me. I think it's a great companion for the smart cover. It's a keeper for me. I plan to leave it on here until, I sell my iPad 2, which will be inevitable next year when Apple releases a new iPad model. I am going to try to see how this works with a hardcover book style case for the iPad 2. I've got one on order from Tree Glue. If you look at my past reviews, I've also checked out the Portenzo case and the DODOcase for the iPad 1. And Tree Glue offers a similar product. They just offer more customization options that I thought were really interesting. It should arrive later this week. I do plan to review that as well. And just definitely hope that it will accommodate my iPad 2 with the DODOcase BOOKback on it. So that's it for my review. If you have any questions at all, feel free to email me at info@macgirl.net. And thank you for watching.